Small talk about mask. No, not this one. Today my inspiration is my Venetian masks, which I sometimes use in my paintings. This is my studio and I paint here when I have a chance. There are some of my paintings. I think my personal microcosm carries a hint of theatricality. There are some props, there are some characters, and there are masks. Some of them were gifts, and some I bought in Venice evoke treasured memories of my time there. As artifacts of the visual culture, Venetian masks have a long history that dates back to medieval times. Until 1797, Venetian men and women wore masks not only during the annual carnival, but also on a daily basis as a disguise. Venice had one of the most rigid class hierarchies in Europe, and a mask was a form of liberation from public norms. Under the mask, social status would be hidden, individuality would disappear, and the person could become any character he or she desired: a jolly extrovert, a cat, a plague doctor, or nobody, like this mask. It is volto, means face in Italian. It is just a pretty face without a specific expression, and because of this, it is enigmatic and mysterious. There are other masks that proposed faceless, neutral images: Bauta and Moretta. Craftsmen worked to satisfy the mass demand of Venetians to cross social barriers and open themselves up for adventure. I think Venetian masks could be perceived as an early form of three-dimensional image reproduction and a representation of the Venetian pop culture of the period. Basic molds for modern masks were shaped by artists of the 17th-18th centuries, and maybe even earlier. There is a legend that Michelangelo created the Arlecchino mask from the antique mascaron of the satyr. Developed and polished through the centuries, Venetian masks in their forms and colors give me, a modern viewer, a sense of being in touch with the artistry of the past, even though my masks are modern reproductions. A mask is a very decorative, light sculptural object made from papier-mâché, paper. The lightness of the material suggests the mask's light-hearted nature. Being hung on the wall, it appears not as a serious artwork, but as a visual suggestion of fun and maybe even a little bit of kitsch. With all this being said, masks fit very well into a postmodern aesthetic that enjoys borrowing bits and pieces from the past. There is a deep association with the postmodern idea of deconstruction, in which signifier and signified lose their past well-established connection. In the equation signified-signifier, the mask is a signified element, and the person who wears the mask is its signifier. However, his or her true identity is hidden under the gilded surface. Although the visual image of a mask is defined, it could cover different identity and carry multiple meanings, exactly like the iconic photos of Cindy Sherman from her untitled film stills. The mask represents a metaphor for ambiguity. We are all trying to be true to ourselves, but we are also vulnerable creatures. And very often, our social identity needs to be protected with a mask.